Welcome to Commander Pop Culture, a place to gather magical information with some laughs, might I add. Yeah, we'll keep it. It's a little risky. We're against Braids, Avacyn, and Admiral Beckett Brass. Another part about discard draw options is once you have dead cards in hand. I do that in my CDH one-on-one list with Lord Windgrace. I have a lot of silver bullets in that deck, and if I draw one of them, it's no big deal because I just pitch my way to Windgrace's ability and I replace the card. Yes, I do not have to use blood tokens solely for the Shilgengar. That is true. It has more applications. I think people will overlook that. It's a nice token to have when you're in a pinch.
Don't forget it!
Because it only takes one mana investment to look a card deep versus clue tokens that cost you 2, and that can significantly tie up your mana. I like my budget lists for helping new players too. Especially like when I was learning to play Magic, my friends did not go easy on me, but that made me a really strong player really early. So for that, I thank them. But if you have friends just starting out and they don't want to invest too terribly much money, but they still want to compete, so they're not just getting blasted by you and your other friends, I think my lists are a good place for people to start. Yeah, you do get tired of losing. I think that's what deters a lot of people from like continuing playing the game, is losing too much. I do agree that for the people that want to become strong players, or they just hate losing, there's people who hate losing and will demand more games, and then there's people who hate losing and give up. And I feel like majority is the latter of that description, rather the former. I was the former, and I feel like Neo was the former because I know him personally. Recommend, I just met you for the first time. I assume that since you're an avid Magic player and you found me just randomly on YouTube, you probably went through the same growing pains. But I want the game to grow. I want as many people to play as possible. I want the competition to stiffen up, even at lower levels. Yeah. I mean, the one-tick decks, they're so different than what it is in paper. They're great on here. It feels fair to everyone, but like you show up at an LGS with your one-tick deck. If you were to tell them that it costs you $1 to build online, they'd probably themselves. They wouldn't believe it. They wouldn't think it's possible that you could build, $400, $500 decks for $1 online. I don't know if Rockaman plays MTGO, but the cards on here are incredibly cheap, as I've already discussed with the example of Mana Crypts. The economy's preferential for me personally. Arena does feel nice, it does look nice, but it's hard for me to get behind something and endorse something when economically I don't agree with it. It would feel wrong of me to endorse that and recommend that to new players when I know for a fact it's not healthy. Pirate Man over here, he's Mana Rock City over there. Oh, my Leon's looking a lot better. I think I like Stinkweed more. Priest is part of one of my infinite loops. Now we're cooking with gas here. I just need to tap this down. Want to make him nervous? Mana Tithe? Should I type that in the chat? Freak him out. I was thinking not in this coming week. I already have 3 decks in mind, but the week after that, I'd play some user requests. I had someone ask me to play Omo, your 6-fingered man version of Sauron. I have to comb through all my comments because I think people asked me to play other things and I don't remember what they were. So I'll have 1 slot open. If I don't find anything in my old comments list, I'll probably play your Braids list. But who knows? Things can change. At least one of your decks is guaranteed. Oh, that's a new player list. Gotcha. Ooh, I know my Leonin Relic Ward's gonna eat up in the very near future. Yar, mateys. I can shut down the Smothering Tide now, plus Morbid Opportunist. That doesn't sound bad. When he goes to sacrifice his creature over there, I get some card draw too. I might be able to ditch my Stinkweed him to when he sacks this creature. That doesn't sound bad. I'm not permanently getting rid of the Smothering Tithe, but I'll scoop that up in due time. Mana Tithe. I like how we talked about Mana Tithe tonight, and it actually came up. Awesome. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, I haven't been Mana Tithe in so long. It was just a joke, but I guess it's not really a joke anymore, is it? I don't know why the right player left. It wasn't even his spell that got countered. If anyone should be upset about anything, it should be me, right? He's tilted for me, I guess. He's attacking me with Braids? I'll trade that with Stinkweed all day, baby. But maybe he's not aware that my Stinkweed has Death Touch, because it's not written as Death Touch. It's too old to have the word Death Touch written on it. He's about to get a rude awakening. Oh no!
Probably really embarrassed.
What a night. Now we're playing a good old one-on-one game against the mono-white Avacyn players, probably playing land destruction. The nice thing is I can replace my draw trigger so he gets less mana type triggers, I suppose. I want my Sinkweedy Dredge trigger. If he has the get in, I'm screwed anyways. And he has more than enough mana, so I'm not going to pay for it. If he has it, he has it. I think I just play my commander. Well, now I don't need the Argosy because I got Abdel in the mix here. Couldn't interact with you anyways. Keep on dumping whatever's in your hand. Play it all out there. Damn. Mother Rune sucks. It means I have 3 turns. Now, unfortunately, I don't get to do the fun stuff with Abdel because that has to be dealt with now. I do have Masker Worm. That cleans up the Mother Runes. God, I wish these cards weren't as expensive as they are. That's like the one thing that's messing me up right here. I don't know if I have enough time. More Ramp's good because he's just doing the Rogue's Passage play. I have to do something on my next turn. I need some cheap creatures. I got the land. Ruthless Lawbringer. Okay, it's either I revive everything and deal with both of these permanents at the same time or bust. The Swiftfoot Boots is indestructible, so even this isn't good. This is probably GG's. Let's draw a card and see what happens, I guess. I might get an Edict effect. No. I had a very small chance of getting the Edicts. I have at least 4 or 5 in the deck. I wonder if the other players hadn't have left, if that would have bought me enough time to interact with the middle player. If they stuck around, I probably would have won that game, but I don't want to talk about hypotheticals too much. It's what it is.